Okay, this is MILABs. I'm not sure how it's pronounced exactly, by Dr. Helmut Lammer and Marion Lammer, and I'm probably butchering their fine German names as well. But MILABs is the abbreviation for military abductions. So this is MILABs, Military Mind Control and Alien Abductions. And this book came out, I want to say 97 or 98 or so. I got it because it was mentioned by Richard Sauter, Dr. Sauter, on his website. So I hunted it down. Yes, it came out in 1999. And fascinating thing about this book is it gets into this really weird gray area that up until I stumbled onto this book, I hadn't really seen explored in UFO culture. And again, I think I got my copy of this in early 2001. And the premise of this is that a lot of abductees in their post-abduction experience report paramilitary personnel or military personnel and military equipment, military bases in their abduction. And sometimes they talk about the military being involved in the abduction, and sometimes the abductions take place by way of very terrestrial means, like being having a bag put over their head and being thrown into a plane van and taken off to a secret location somewhere. The Lammers are a couple that investigates political intrigue and UFOs and that sort of thing in Germany. And I think this is their only book, in their only English language book. And I really wish, I think they have some other stuff called Dark Side of the Moon. And I've got another one of their books in my library that's in German. I have no idea what it says because I don't speak or read German. But if it's anything like this, I would love to eventually translate it and check it out, because lots of good stuff in this book. They are kind of on the fence as to the purpose of this activity, of why military personnel are abducting people. There's a couple of different theories that are thrown out, and one is that the abductions themselves are actually mind control activity, that this is actually mind control operations dressed up as alien abductions. And you might be, if you've followed some of my reviews, you know I've reviewed Martin Cannon's The Controllers, and that's kind of his thesis, is that a lot of alien abduction stories match very closely some of the mind control experiments by the CIA. So could the modern alien abduction scenario actually be the I don't know if a good word, but the cloak of secrecy, or the cover story put on mind control operations and other political intrigue, as it were. So he addresses that theory, and then he also says maybe it could be that there are aliens and they really are abducting people, and after the aliens abduct people, then the military comes and abducts them a second time to find out why the aliens abducted them. So kind of a complicated thing to follow there, but really good information here, a lot of good accounts, and a lot of good state-of-the-art explanation of what is state-of-the-art in some of the technology that is deemed as alien in this. He shows that is in fact fairly terrestrial technology. So good information here. And after I read this really made me rethink a lot of what I thought about alien abductions and a lot of the UFO phenomenon. And that's what ultimately led me to stumble onto Martin Cannon's work. So really fascinating book, fascinating angle to it. Fairly short book. It's one that I really feel like if they rewrote this now, this could be like quadruple the size, because I think there's so much more information available now than there was in '99, that I think this could be a much better book now. But this is kind of a funny book too, that in when you look this up on Amazon, you'll see its value goes up and down like silver and gold. Like sometimes you'll see this going for just insane amounts of money and sometimes not. So can be a difficult book to get a hold of, but really good book, and also really good bibliography, good sources on this, very well written, and fascinating angle here. And again, this is one of those things that personally, I am an alien agnostic. I don't believe or disbelieve in aliens. I really have no proof one way or the other, so I'm not married to any particular hypothesis. But I think this is a very intriguing angle, and an angle that makes a lot of sense. If you go by Occam's razor, then the idea that this could be covert operations dressed up as alien abductions, I think is a very plausible trail, and a very plausible trail to pursue as far as unraveling that mystery. So MILABs MILABs by Dr. Helmut Lammer and Marion Lammer. Great stuff.